We never considered the likelihood, as reported to us by the jurors, that the clerk of court would go in to the sanctity of the jury room before he testified and tell the jurors, don't be fooled by his testimony, watch out for his body language. And that is what the sworn testimony that we have filed in court today says. And if that is true, which we have every reason to believe that it is, and no reason to believe that it's not, there is no choice but the courts to grant a new trial.
Wow. Let's go now to Brian Entin, NewsNation senior national correspondent, who was at the press conference today. What evidence are these lawyers bringing to back up these claims, Brian?
I mean, wow is right, Elizabeth. We knew that they were going to ask for a new trial, but these were bombshell allegations against this court clerk. I don't think anyone saw this coming. They actually interviewed jurors, under oath, essentially. These lawyers did, these defense attorneys, and they got sworn affidavits from the jurors. And the jurors say that the clerk of court, Rebecca Hill, pressured jurors to reach a guilty verdict so that she could profit off of it. They say that she was writing this book, she was going on a media tour, and that she had it all planned out, that she told a juror everything that Murdaugh has said has been lies, and told the jurors not to be fooled by Murdaugh's testimony. If all of this is true, it could certainly potentially warrant a new trial. Listen to what Murdaugh defense attorney Jim Griffin said today at that press conference.
Immediately in the aftermath of the verdict, we had received information that we needed to look into what happened in the jury room. We started down that road and we met a zone of silence. No jurors would speak to us. And so we were, what I like to call, we were given the Heisman, right? And then when the clerk of court wrote her book, published her book, that zone of silence collapsed. And jurors were upset about that, the ones we talked with, and they were more than willing to come forward and tell us the things that we had sort of heard through a whisper campaign.
What's the motivation, do you think, of the jurors talking to you? Are they upset with the clerk?
I think they were upset with the way things went, and the clerk, I think they may very well, yes, they're upset with the clerk. They're upset with the way this played out.
So the defense attorneys say, Elizabeth, that when the clerk's book came out, it made the jurors very unhappy with the way all of this went down. And that's when they decided to talk with the defense attorneys. And they're not only asking for a new trial, they've now asked the attorney general to get involved and do a full investigation into this clerk to interview the other jurors and figure out what was happening in that jury room.
The testimony from Alex Murdaugh on the stand was a major, major issue, according to many people who watched this trial, including yourself, in his conviction. Let's take a look at it very quickly. He was not effective in his own defense. Let's take a look.
He's just wonderful. Wonderful.
And it's one of the things you enjoyed doing together with just riding the property?
I love doing anything with Paw. It was an absolute delight.
People watching this trial, Brian, were very struck by the copious crying on the stand by Alex Murdaugh, and of course the crucial lie that he was caught in. But to now hear, allegedly, that this court clerk was telling the jurors, don't believe what this guy is saying, don't believe that sob story, why would she do that?
It does not make a lot of sense. I mean, even attorneys just here outside the Capitol are like, I have never heard of something like this in my entire career. I interviewed Joe McCullough, who is the attorney representing two of the jurors who spoke to the defense. And I said, are they just upset with the clerk? Do they want to take back their guilty verdict? Do they feel like he's not guilty? And he wouldn't get into that. But it sounds like they just felt like the right thing to do was to come forward and tell the lawyers what this clerk was saying behind the scenes. And so we're going to have to see how this plays out now.
And how many jurors are saying this?
So it was two jurors that they've got the affidavits from. They've apparently talked to others too. But what's going to be interesting is if this all gets investigated, they'll call the other jurors in also. And also, have them testify under oath. So this is really just the beginning of this whole thing.
Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.